Yo, what is up, Zandy? Yo, what is up, Zandy? Oh my gosh. Yo, what is up, YouTube family? YouTube gang. Today I'm going to be doing part 1 of what if what if Deku had prokinesis. So, without further ado, let's hop forward to sort of. So, when Deku goes to the quirk doctor, the quirk doctor tells him that he has a mixture of his mother and his father's quirk. Sort of. Not really. Well, Deku, as Izuku's mom asks what she means. What he means. He then explains that Izuku's quirk is... Okay. Izuku's quirk is the ability to... is kind of like his mother's quirk in a way, where he can summon fire. Well, not really summon, but he can manipulate fire. Like prokinesis. And in a way that it's his father's is that he can create fire. Like, he can... like, fire can come out of his mouth. Let's just say that. Don't really have an explanation for that. So, Izuku nods as they walk out the building. Izuku's jumping in the air, yelling and yapping about how he now has a quirk. He's gonna be just like All Might, the #1 hero. As Izuku's walking down the street, now there was actually a story for this. So, yeah. Or do you want me to just read a... What if Deku had prokinesis? Hydrokinesis? What the heck? Oh no, allows quirk to manipulate water. No. I did not say hydrokinesis. Hex no. I meant like prokinesis, fire, not water. Wait. What if Deku had biokinesis? Why did I think that was a thing? What if Deku had prokinesis? Fanfiction. Heavy impact. Seeing Izuku's happiness. Okay. So Scythenesis. Yeah, so the next what if is going to be, what if Deku had Scythenesis or telekinesis? Or whichever one y'all want. So we basically see Izuku as he runs up to Bakugo. He then says, Kachan, I have a quirk. It's called prokinesis. Prokinesis? What? No, prokinesis. Prokinesis? Prokinesis. As Izuku just gives up. Bakugo's not gonna... He doesn't understand what Izuku's saying. They didn't talk, and one day, Bakugo's beating up on a couple of kids. Izuku then rushes over as Bakugo says, yeah, let's beat up on this kid together, Izuku. But then Izuku says, no, that's not what heroes do. You're acting much like a villain. As Bakugo then gets mad, he fires off a set of explosions in his hand as he tries to explode Izuku. Izuku dodges to the left as he rushes at Bakugo, which then the kid with the wings then starts to come at Izuku. But then all of a sudden, fire then starts to come to where Izuku is, as Izuku uses this fire to blind out the guy. And the guy with the long fingers then tries to grab Izuku so Bakugo can explode him. But then, Izuku jumps in the air as he uses that exact same fire that he summoned from a random blaze. And he pushed it on the guy with the fingers. The guy blocked the attack, but he still got injured, he's still a kid. He still got injured and fell on the ground, like, not severely injured, because Izuku turned down the heat. As Bakugo then sets off a big explosion as big as he can, which it's like grenade level. As Izuku um Izuku summons more fire and he throws it at Bakugo's explosion, making the two collide. Making the two clash. As then the teachers then come out, as they saw some quirks being used. They didn't stop Izuku and Bakugo, as let's just say Bakugo, he had the upper hand on Izuku, number one because he's more muscular, and like his quirk is an explosion, so Izuku, even though he uses fire, when Bakugo uses his explosion, it's kind of like pushes it back so that he can get a stronger hold on Izuku. Now, yes, this might be what if Izuku had prokinesis, but let's just say no, we're not gonna like do the prokinesis like that. So Izuku, he cannot turn into fire, but fire, like it can literally go like he can cover his body in fire, kind of like Naruto's KCM or Marco's wing, except for he doesn't turn his arm into fire. And he sometimes like uses his fire to fly, not like Endeavor, more like Marco's, by surrounding his arm in fire and slapping his arms, which just can't tire him out. Izuku, he trains, but he's not like super muscular. Like he's like a good lean, but then he's not muscular. Like okay, he has a little bit of muscle, but he's lean. And um so he's not as lean, he's not as strong as Canon. And Izuku is not going to get one for all. No, he is going to get one for all in this one, just for plot. So he's kind of, once he gets one for all, he's gonna use his power like he's Ace. Right now, he only uses his power like he's like Iron Man. Like he blasts his attacks out of his palms and out of his body and stuff like that. And his strongest attack is actually an attack called Prominent Missile. Now this attack is basically, it creates a ginormous missile that it then goes flying off and it explodes. It's kind of like, I can't really explain. It's not an explanation kind of thing. Yeah. As we're then gonna start at when Izuku, he's about to get hit by the sludge villain. I think him turns around and he blasts his fire at the sludge villain. But this, like, it doesn't really hurt Izuku, but Izuku can't stop it. He fires off his blast at the sludge villain, which this hits the sludge villain right in the chest. But since he's sludge, it don't really do anything. So the sludge villain then goes rushing at Izuku. As it's about to like engulf Izuku, Izuku's trying to get free as like a couple of like his fire is starting to become weary and the sludge villain is starting to take over. But then All Might comes in as he yells, "Detroit Smash!" And everything goes the same as when All Might's about to leave, Izuku had one more question. Now this isn't can he be a very strong hero, because his quirk, it's like a way weaker version of Endeavor's until he gets one for all. Like he can it's actually really strong if you think about it, because if this guy can summon fire, let's just take all the fire from the homes, from the entire city, and let's just focus it on one strong enemy and fire it at that enemy. Let's take all the fire from the world. So, would you really complain about that, man? Like, you got magma on your side. So, I wouldn't really complain about the power of prokinesis, even though I'd much rather have telekinesis. Uh, uh, sign thesis, sign thesis. And he grabs onto All Might, and All Might's flying as he notices Izuku. Izuku only grabbed his foot because he barely caught All Might in this cannon. As let's just say, when All Might falls on the ground, the sledge villain it pops out kind of. But when he lands on the building, it pops out and gets away. And everything happens in canon. All Might tells Izuku that he can actually become a hero, but he might, like, just to make it sound harsh, he said, "You can become a hero, but don't get your hopes like super high that you can become the number 2 or number 1 hero now. You can probably become like the number 6 or 7 hero." This kind of got Izuku down because Izuku, he wanted to be the number 1 hero. So All Might walks away, but Izuku's not as bummed as he then summons fire and he then flies off. He then sees explosions as he then fires his body over there, as he then goes into wing mode and he flies over there. He then stops as he sees Bakugo as he's trying to break out the sludge villain. Izuku is filled with emotion, I guess. Now, okay, girl Bakugo. Yeah, I feel like it'd be way better if Bakugo was a girl. So yeah, Bakugo's gonna be a girl in this one. Yeah, just to show y'all the picture because, or just look up girl Bakugo. Yeah, just look it up. But oh shit, I forgot. Yeah, let me type this in. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, so we can see Bakugo as she's trying to get out. Just search up girl Bakugo if you want to see girl Bakugo. And you can choose whatever picture. I'm just gonna let you know she does not have tall hair. Oh shoot, what the heck am I doing? Okay, I can delete that one now. Delete permanently. Don't go to that. Dang it. Yeah. Okay, what's wrong with getting a couple of um I don't have to explain to y'all. What if Luffy had Eno's quirk? Probably Smoker's quirk. No, the Sand quirk. Yeah. Maybe even the Snow quirk. Good ideas. As we then see Izuku, he's running. He then flies over to Bakugo. And he's firing attacks at the sludge villain, and he's flying kind of like Iron Man at the same time. So he's kind of like, his style is kind of like Iron Man right now. As Endeavor, he's just watching on the TV, seeing this kid using fire. And Izuku, he then flies off as he sees a notebook. He then remembers that one time when he was a young kid and Endeavor fought a strong villain, and he yelled this attack called Prominence Burn. Izuku then starts to gather fire. Like, he then starts to take all the fire from the places and parts as let's just say oh, and I looked up, and if Bakugo was a girl, her name would be Makatsuki or Madakatsuki or something like that, or Matakatsuki or something. Yeah, I don't know, but let's just say she barely got out, and she like jumped back, and Izuku then yelled while scrunching his teeth together, as Endeavor just looked on TV, kind of bored. As he then saw Izuku, like, put his hands in front of him while arching his back, kind of. As he then yelled, "Prominence!" And Endeavor, hearing the word prominence, says, "What? What is this kid trying to do?" As fire then emits from Izuku, like from his back, his face, his chest, and then hits the sludge villain. The sludge villain is then sent flying back as parts of the sludge villain are falling off of it. The sludge villain is starting to melt, but then Izuku, he runs out of fire as he falls on one knee. But let's just say Bakugo. No, that sounds. Let's just say Kachan. Kachan is going to be a girl name. Let's just say that Kachan is going to be a girl name. Yeah, so we're going to be rephrasing the word Kachan's meaning to babe. As Kachan then runs over to Izuku and, like, only for this video, she then runs over to Izuku as she starts to help him up. The sludge villain then starts to come rummaging at them. As Izuku then tries to get back up to fight the sludge villain, but he then falls on one knee, then he falls on the ground flat on his face. All Might then comes out of nowhere as he yells, "Detroit! Smash!" And he punches the sludge villain away. All Might then talks to Izuku as he says, "Thank you for being a great hero," and blah 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 blah. Endeavor then gets out of then leaves his house as they ask where he's going, and Endeavor just says, to meet a certain kid. As All Might gives Izuku, the quirk, and like he doesn't give Izuku the quirk, but he tells Izuku about the quirk. Izuku works out during. Let's say that he got it done in 5 months. So All Might didn't give Izuku the quirk because let's say, Izuku was a little bit more lean. Now when All Might leaves and Izuku turns around to go back home, all of a sudden he sees Endeavor. He then quivers in fear. As his legs are shaking, he backs up as he says, "Hello, Endeavor." And Endeavor just looks down at young Midoriya, and then he says, "Boy, your quirk is so similar to mine." As Izuku just said, "Yes, but I've noticed it's not really that similar to mine, because I can emit flames from my body, while you can surround flames around your body. It's kind of like prokinesis." "Yes, sir." "Why are your teeth shivering? You have a fire quirk and I have a fire quirk. It should be very warm. So what's your problem?" As Izuku just says, "Oh, nothing." As Endeavor and Izuku then talk, Izuku's like scared, like pissing his pants, bro. As Endeavor then says, "I'm going to train you more on your quirk, but you don't have a choice." As he then says, "You're going to be my next successor." And Izuku just walks with Endeavor. So Endeavor, he does not know about let's just say he don't know about All Might's quirk yet, and he trains Izuku. He says that he's also noticed that Izuku's got more stronger, and he's going to use that strength. Izuku, like, he kind of uses a quirk like Bakugo. It's just that it's not explosions, like it's the real thing, like it's actually fire. So he can fire off blast, Endeavor trains Izuku, and so on and so forth. I've been explaining Izuku's stuff for like 10 minutes now. So yeah, we can see Izuku as he's running down we can see Izuku standing right in front of the entrances. We didn't see Izuku as he's about to get ready for the provisional licensing exam. No, it's not that. It's called recommendation test. As Izuku looks over and he sees Icy Hot, he sees Todoroki, and he looks again as he then sees another boy bugging Todoroki. This kid has telekinesis, or or telekinetic magnet. I'm just kidding. It's wind. This kid has a wind quirk, as Izuku has a fire quirk. He thinks they're very similar. As Izuku can use full cowling, like 5% of one for all. He can't use anything else, or his body will, like, he'll have immense strain. And then if he uses his fire quirk, that strain will just double times 12. As Izuku then goes rushing out, he sees Todoroki as this boy is creating mounds of ice. And then he then sees the other kid who, I don't know, as he's just flying, all of a sudden, let's just say that there are villain robots there. Like literal robots, not like small robots, that can fight, karate and kumite. As Izuku then jumps out, he then emits fire from his arms, as he then yells, "Detroit Smash!" As fire then, like, it's kind of like, no, he then yells, "Fire Fist Smash!" or Fire Smash, as this then smashes into the robot, destroying 7 of the robots. Now, remember, these are regular-sized robots, so that's not impressive. As Todoroki freezes a couple of the tiny robots, and he stops them. And the other guy, he completely destroys the other robots. As, ow, that hurt. Everything goes, the same, with Izuku being number 2 on the recommendation test. Like, let's just say Endeavor went to All Might and he said, "Recommend Izuku Midoriya, because I cannot recommend him because I'm already recommending Todoroki. I tried to go to the press and recommend Izuku, but they would not let him." Wait, you know young Izuku? Yes, I've been training him for the past 5 months. Why are you asking? No reason. Never. It seems like this kid is getting, no, is it, All My Tin says, it seems like this kid is getting too much, treatment, or, stuff like that. Cause I was actually training Izuku Midoriya, as Endeavor's eyes then widen in shock. Wait. So you're telling me this boy was trained by both the number 1 and number 2 hero? As a matter of fact, he was. Now, he didn't actually talk to Endeavor. He texted. He somehow wrote a letter, or, he texted. Let's just say he has his phone, like he has Endeavor's number, just in case they have to fight one for all, or all for one ever again. Oh. As Endeavor, when they didn't get to UA, as Izuku opens the door, he sees some kids arguing. As behind coming, then Todoroki comes a couple minutes after Izuku, and the entire thing happens in canon. Gosh, why are people always texting me? As Izuku then yells, Aizawa, stuff like that. 5% fire, throw in the air, 706, no, 702, no, 706, I'd say, probably, like, that much. I want to know, how did Todoroki throw the ball far? That's what I want to know. Did he, like, stab the ball and throw the ball in the air, creating a mound of ice? Like, there's no way he did that. Yeah, I don't think Todoroki placed really high on the ball throwing test. He might have just placed, like, 60 something, or, As we can see in the villains versus heroes, it's Izuku versus Bakugo, um, versus Ida, and we have Ochako. I wanted to use somebody else, but nah. Izuku then goes running off. He then throws a 4% Detroit smash into Bakugo's face, which sends Bakugo flying back. Bakugo asks Izuku how he got so strong, as Izuku just says, I have a quirk. I have a quirk, don't I? As Bakugo then fires off a ginormous explosion at Izuku. Izuku dodges, but he then fires off a mound of fire, sending it straight at Bakugo. Bakugo sets off an explosion, and the two attacks then collide. Izuku then comes out of the dust for stealing fire, as he then punches Bakugo in the face with a 2% smash, which sends Bakugo flying into the wall, creating a big crater. As Bakugo then falls out the wall, he starts to get back up. When he sees Ochako going up the stairs, he then looks to see Izuku, who fires a fist right at him, smashing him into the ground, as Izuku then starts to run off. Bakugo gets back up, wiping blood from his mouth, as he then fires off to Izuku. Izuku and Ochako then get to the top floor, as they have to be surrendered. But then all of a sudden, Izuku then gets exploded behind his back, which makes him go flying back. Bakugo then yells, "You die, Izuku!" As he then goes to fight Izuku, he's bleeding. He's like beating up Izuku, as Izuku then uses a 1% smash, as he sees the shock that Bakugo is. This wound kind of pushes Bakugo back barely, but then all of a sudden, fire then rushes out of Bakugo, as this causes Bakugo, making Bakugo smash into the wall. Izuku then turns around as he sees Ida about to smash his leg into him, and he grabs Ida's leg, but Ida still hit him. As they both then sent flying back, they rush on the ground as they're trying to get I forgot. Wait, dang it. Kachan and what his name was, but still, yeah. She didn't want him to hold on. Now they're not lovers, but they like each other. As we then see, so Chuck was like over to the bomb. Now, in the anime, I believe that Ochako, even if she had the head start and she was so fucking close to the bomb, somehow Ida would still. He's weird. Uh, she's about to touch the bomb, but then Ida smashes her away, making Ochako fly back into the wall as Izuku then de- fires up full cowling as he rushes at the bomb. Ida then nearly uses reciprocal blows as he rushes at Izuku. He's about to implant his fist into Izuku this time, but then Izuku then turns around, creating fire all around his leg as he smashes it into Ida's chest. Ida then starts flying back into one of the pillars as the pillar smashes down. Ida tries to get out the rubble, but his foot and hand are stuck. As Izuku then touches the bomb. As All Might then announces, Team Hero wins. As Kachan then gets back up. As she, like the night goes by, as we then see Kachan running at Izuku. As Izuku turns around to see Kachan right behind her, as Kachan then pounces on Izuku, making Izuku fall to the ground and making Izuku get a big blush. Now, just for sakes in this what if, we're gonna make Kachan very sexual interactive with Izuku, but it's not really gonna be like a dating thing. Like she'll literally tell Izuku, "Oh, you can touch my boobs," or stuff like that. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. Like, how we go from that sounded sick. So we didn't see Izuku. No, we're not gonna do that. We then see Izuku, and nothing really happens. Izuku, let's just call her Katsuki. Katsuki then gets up as she then brushes off Izuku's chest, and back, chest and back. As Izuku blushes more, and she then says, "It's been a long time since I've seen you. Well, it's been 5 months, and you haven't texted me 3 months. What's been going on?" Well, I was kind of training a lot. Oh, it must have been some isolated training. Well, I'll see you later, as she then hugs Izuku, smashing her chest into Izuku's face. With Izuku, he blushes really hard, and like his face literally turns red as he walks away. He returns the hug, and Kachan then walks away. Dang, that Kachan name is really because Deku, Kachan, like, you know how Deku calls Kachan Kachan? Tell me why people still call Bakugo and not Kachan. So yeah. We can see Katsuki. She gets back home. She's rubbing her chest. She's just thinking about Izuku. And she's thinking about how much she's missed him and how much she likes him. So one day, while they're in class, she decides that she's gonna pull a Sam. If you ever know watch Cobra Kai, you should not know what Sam is. And she's walking. And she's in the. Let's just say that right now she's in the same working class as Izuku. And she pulls a Sam. She says, "So, what are you thinking? What are you thinking for sex?" As Izuku just like, you thought that Miguel's reaction was crazy. Steam is coming out of this dude's head. Like his head is bright red. And everybody just looks over at Izuku and Katsuki. Like, what did she just ask? I mean, Izuku just says, like he does the same thing that Miguel did. Well, I've never really because the umbilical cord opens up at, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I concur. Yeah, that was it wasn't really a funny scene. It was like a weird scene, because a girl, like a hot one or a good looking one, asks you, what are you thinking for sex? And like, what? Like, if you're at my school, you would act chill about it. And then you would go brag about it in the bathroom or something like that, because that's what weird asses do. But if you were a regular human, I don't know what you would be doing. So, yeah, we got a little issue right there. As we'll see, later in the day, as they're going to the, USJ. She then says, oh yeah, Izuku's quirk is telekinesis. Or no, Izuku's quirk is prokinesis. He can emit fire. He can surround his body in fire, or he can manipulate fire. As she says that she's been feeling cold, as Izuku then puts his jacket around her. She says that she's feeling even more cold as she then lays in Izuku's chest. Izuku kind of blushes, but not real hard. As she then rubs her hand on Izuku's chest, on Izuku's abs, as like Izuku actually blushes a little bit more, and some people just look at what Katsuki is doing and they're saying, "This what is she trying to do?" Because she's like rubbing her hand on his chest, and she didn't close her eyes as she's starting to fall asleep. Aizawa says, "Don't close your eyes now. It's time to get to the U.S." I don't really think that's exceeding boundaries. Katsuki, I'm talking to you. As Katsuki has already dozed off. As Katsuki then wakes up, we're at the USJ, and whatever you and Izuku might have, don't bring it to school. Keep it at home, or at least keep it not in front of me. As he just puts water droplets in his eyes. Man, this guy is super asexual. And they don't walk down as they get to as we then get to the USJ arc. They then see a black misty pit as Kurogiri then comes out of nowhere, and he starts to talk, some bullcrap, and Togama or Shigaraki, yeah, Shigaraki. Shigaraki then starts to talk some bullcrap, and he says that how he's gonna kill All Might. Now everything goes the same on the boat as Izuku rushes over to protect Katsuki. She's about to get punched. Katsuki, Bakugo, and then Kashan, and then Izuku Midoriya, and then Deku. Okay, so everybody in My Hero Academia has 3 names except for everybody else inside of My Hero Academia instead of... Okay, I've never really thought about it, but what is All Might's last name? Is it Toshinori Might? Or is it Toshinori All? Like, which one? I'm just kidding. Izuku then gets punched by the flames. She's then sent flying back. He's about to smash Bakugo into a rock by flying at the speed as he then throws Bakugo away, and he smashes into a rock himself. Katsuki then rushes over to Izuku to see if he's alright. He sees that his arm is broken. She then gets mad as she then rushes at the Nomu and she starts to fire off big explosions. She fires one at Kurogiri and she fires one at Shigaraki. As Todoroki comes, Kirishima comes. Now, let's just say Kirishima, the ship is going to be Kirishima and Nina, but he, as of right now, he has an eye for Bakugo. He has an eye for Katsuki. As he's trying to impress Katsuki, he rushes over to where Katsuki is, and he saves her. Now he sees that Katsuki is about to get punched by the Nomu as he goes into super hardening mode. He then gets hit. Sorry. That just really got my nerves. Okay. He tries to impress Katsuki. He sees that Katsuki is about to get punched. He jumps right in front and does what Izuku does. But this time, he hits himself into the rock. He doesn't really like the Nomu. It kind of broke through his skin and he kind of got injured a little bit. But yeah, I ain't nothing, man. I might do what if Izuku had hardening. That'd be a great what if actually, because he would get one for all and those Detroit smashes would be having way more impact than they would be having in canon. You're gonna have a couple of marks on your face every time you get a Detroit smash. A Detroit kick is even worse. You're gonna have a mark all over your head. So, yeah. As we then see, and Detroit smash, as we then see, somehow, Katsuki's thing, like her shirt kind of got a little bit ripped. As her boobs are kind of like, you can see them a little bit more, but don't worry. She usually wears a tank top and with a thin bra underneath it, so yeah. But today, let's just say, for plot, she's not wearing a tank top, a tank top, and she's only wearing a really thin bra. Yeah, so we have a little bit of a problem right there. As Kirishima, he knows how to play things off, as he touches her on the chest, and then he then says, I'm so manly. I'm sorry, Kirishima, being manly is not touching a girl on her chest. Okay, if anyone was asked, they'd very easily be able to say Izuku was around to see the villain knocked out by death arms. Huh. Let me think about it. What if Luffy... Oh, shit. Shoot, what the heck did I just say? What if Deku had a muscular quirk? Fanfiction. Okay. Fanfic. Inheritance. His tendons were erotic and muscles were broken apart. His brain, if shows remarkable prowess and power, wasn't enough. Izuku Crown's form is that only he hadn't inherited his quirk from mom. That he had inherited. What? What is Izuku's hidden quirk? The first quirk he discovered outside of All Mights was the power of Black Weapon. He used eruption. Before Izuku discovered that he could use an energy blast output and the oven would also trap them within their instantaneously strong vice with Izuku. After reading a few Izuku Starly has been quirk and mainly to get him ready that the doctor himself was the person who stole Izuku's quirk would have been the fire. Okay. Great to know. I guess we're gonna read this one. Izuku's fight with All for One was broadcasted, but it was okay. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna be doing that. Okay. Okay. So we see Izuku as he's running. I mean, wait, what the heck? We see Izuku as he gets back up. He then fires like multiple fire fists at the Nomu, which these hit the Nomu. And Izuku thinks that he burnt off some skin or did some damage, but nothing happens to the Nomu. As Todoroki then freezes the Nomu's legs as though it's just about to rush at Izuku. Izuku then fires off a ginormous fire bomb blast at the Nomu, which kind of melts the Nomu's skin, but the Nomu is quick regeneration as Izuku just keeps punching the Nomu with fire fist. And it's like a gum Gatlin. Or gum gatilin. So he keeps barraging the Nomu and fire, like it's seeking and it's melting the Nomu like really fast. But Todoroki keeps freezing the Nomu's legs as the Nomu then breaks out and it swaps Izuku, making Izuku go flying over to the water, and Izuku then falls into the water. As Bakugo this impact somehow hit Kirishima, as Kirishima then fell on top of Bakugo, and to play it off like a player, he kind of squeezed Bakugo's body, and when Bakugo asked what was that thing that she felt at her butt, all Kirishima said was, "Oh, that's my hardening quirk. I'm very sorry, that blast, it would have, broken both of us if I didn't harden. So yeah." Bro, a finesser. As Susan says, "Okay, get off of me." As Kirishima then gets off of her, she then goes to rush as she's firing blasts at the Nomu. And no, she's firing blasts at Shigaraki as Shigaraki's trying to dodge and he's getting hit by these attacks. Then Kirigiri comes up behind Bakugo, and all of a sudden he then gets hit by a big thing, and he then gets hit by a big hammer. As we can see out below, we can't all fight alone. As they then just smirk. Ida then comes as he says, we need to come check this out. As Katsuki asks, what? Just come on. As Ida grabs Katsuki and he zips over to Izuku with blood draining down both of his arms. Izuku then gets back up as she then asks if Izuku's okay, and Izuku says, oh yeah, of course I am. We just need to get everybody to leave the vicinity. What? I'm going to do my strongest attack. Prominence burn? No. Prominent fire fist. Huh? As he then says, okay, everyone get as far as you can, as Ida then zips people from place to place, and he grabs Aizawa. Aizawa says, what are you doing? And Izuku just says that he's going to use his strongest ability. Izuku yanks his arm back. He then uses 100% of One for All in his arm, as fire then, a ginormous fire then comes from places, as it then comes in Izuku's hand. Izuku then brings that firing down as a ginormous fire blast and comes as it smashes into Kurogiri. Sorry. It then smashes into what's his name, as this guy then gets it smashes into the Noma's. The Noma's skin starts to regenerate but melt and melt and melt and melt, as it's not as half of the Noma's skin's burnt away. It's slowly regenerating, but the fire and the electricity that's siphoned off of Izuku is slowing down its regeneration. As All Might then comes, and then he says, I'm here, and he rushes at the Nomu, smashing his fist into one side of the Nomu, and he keeps barraging the Nomu, making the Nomu fly in the sky. And this time, instead of the Nomu going super high in the sky and then falling on the ground, the Nomu actually flies off into space. So we're not gonna know that the Nomu is a healing. As this is where I'm gonna end off this. If comment, subscribe, share to all of your friends on social media platforms. YouTube, we're out, and this was the movie of What If Izuku had prokinesis.